The difference between ghosts and spirits. Ghosts are tied to the location of their death, usually a sudden or tragic one, and they often don't realize that they are dead. In most cases, they have unfinished business, as the deceased person does not accept the way in which they died. We use the word ghost and spirit interchangeably, but there is a strong difference between them. According to the late Hans Hölzer, professor of parapsychology and writer of 119 books on the subject, ghosts are similar to psychotic human beings, incapable of reasoning for themselves. Spirits, on the other hand, are the surviving personalities of all of us who pass through the door of death in a relatively normal fashion. Hölzer wrote that ghosts are tied to the location of their death, usually a sudden or tragic one, and they often don't realize that they are dead. In most cases, they have unfinished business, as the deceased person does not accept the way in which they died. The simplest form of unfinished business can be as innocent as a person being attached so strongly to their home that they cannot leave it behind and pass over. They are known as caretakers, and want to stay to make sure the building is being taken care of properly by future owners, as well as to their approval. At the other end of the scale, unfinished business can take the form of dark energy when a person's death is extremely violent and unexpected. Surprisingly, only a small percentage of paranormal sightings are true ghosts. The majority of them are really sightings of what we call residual energy, when an emotional event is replayed over and over again, at the same spot, and at the same time. Spirits, on the other hand, are not tied to one place. It is believed that spirits are discarnate entities, meaning that they are the soul that has survived when a person dies and no longer has a physical body in which to reside. They are free to move from one dimension to another and can return to us at free will. Often it is just a genuine, emotional tie to a loved one, such as wanting a family member to know that a deceased relative is okay, that can be the cause of a visit by a spirit. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. You are welcome to explore any aspect of life on Earth as it is right now. You do not have to give in to the prevailing belief that you are supposed to do something or that you are meant to do something there. You have more freedom than that, and most of you have satisfied all of your pre-birth contracts and agreements to get you to this place where you are truly ready to ascend to the fifth dimension. Now, you are following your soul's desire when you listen to those little impulses, those inspired ideas that you get from within you. Those are not coming from out of left field, as you might say. They are coming from within you, the deepest part of you, the soul aspect of you, which is a more whole and complete aspect of who you are. And so, to be yourselves fully, you must listen to those impulses and those ideas and follow through with them, instead of coming to us or some other channeled entity and asking the question, what am I supposed to do? Why did I come here? What's my mission? It's written all over your life experience, because your life experience was created to nudge you in the direction that it feels most natural for you to be moving in at any given time. In this particular lifetime, it is rarely one thing. You don't find as many people going into a trade and spending 40 or 50 years doing it. But rather, you find more and more people are bouncing around from different interest, hobby, occupation, to another, and that is as it was meant to be in this lifetime, to give yourselves as many experiences as possible. So you don't have to figure out what the one thing is that you're supposed to be doing and then stay on that track forever and ever more. But rather, go within on a regular basis and check in and feel for what the impulses are for you in any given moment, in any given day, and follow through as best you can. You don't have to wait for an invitation from the universe, but you might get signs, you might get breadcrumbs and synchronicities that are telling you, yes, you are right. Move in that direction. It's okay. It's safe to follow your bliss. Sometimes you experience doubt so that you can then choose to believe in yourselves and in the ability that you have within you to follow through with something. You see, it also doesn't have to be something you knew that you were going to do from a very young age, because you were meant to explore this realm, and through a series of experiences, understand better what appeals to you, what makes you tick, what lights you up and brings you the most joy. And you can discover that at age 70, and it's okay. There's no one way you are all supposed to be, or one timing at which you are all supposed to discover that. You have all that you need within you to know what it is to move towards and to follow through with that knowing. If you need more confidence in yourselves, look for examples of others who have done it. Stay positive, and ask the universe to give you those examples, to give you that anecdotal evidence that you can move in the direction you seek to go at any point in your life, and you can have a wonderful experience doing it. That is our suggestion to you. This is not something we are telling you you must do, but we know that you will find a lot of satisfaction and a lot of fulfillment when you do. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Lord Melchizedek, keeping the pendulum steady. The pendulum swings one way and comes back in just the same manner. Without interference, it comes back at the same speed and time as it left, slowing down at a continuous rate and stopping when it has completely lost momentum. A pendulum will move according to the energy emitted or that is simply present, so the movement will be a response either to a question, a thought, or to energetic frequency. The fact that a pendulum will swing in response to a thought is food for thought indeed, and is testament to the fact that every thought creates form and is therefore an energy to be reckoned with, should the thoughts be intentionally harmful. A person wishing harm on someone will emit and send the energy that can be tracked by a pendulum or divining rod through its lower frequency. The movement would be different to thought frequencies that are higher and intentionally good. It is vitally important, then, for humans protect their aura, bodies and energies so they are more able to withstand interference from the outside world, particularly if they are sensitive and empathic. The human collective consciousness has been spoken of before, and it is important in this context to speak of it again as a reminder that every individual on the planet is constantly contributing to and impacted by it. The level to which each human is connected through their consciousness and energy fields is above what one may expect. Think back to a time when a loved one's black mood ruined your night, or when a person's positivity rubbed off on you, and you will understand what I mean. The human collective consciousness is a mishmash of every mood, every thought and every conversation had by every human, causing it to be incredibly complex and dense in its nature. It is ever-changing and moving, causing disturbances in people's moods and energy fields suddenly and often without warning. Even though the energies on Earth are constantly in flux, as well as being manipulated by many who wish to be all-powerful and dominating, everything residing or existing on the planet, as in the whole universe, is governed by spiritual law which never changes. All laws are connected and are instantly activated through reactions and interactions. Humans are operating within the laws of the universe even though they most likely are unaware of this fact. There are too many laws to discuss here, with many being complex and interrelate. However, if you keep in mind that for every action there is an equal reaction that will come back to you in the same energy as you created it, then you have a good starting point for knowing what you must change. Every thought, belief system, word and action creates in the exact energy in which it was made, meaning that, if you are in a negative cycle causing things such as financial hardship, relationship issues, poverty, or conflict at work, then you must look at yourself and the energy you are emitting. When you change your energy, you immediately change the vibrational frequency that goes out to the world, also changing the frequency of behavior and level of consciousness that is returned to you. Simple speaking, like attracts like. You cannot control the behavior of others or the bad things that are happening globally, but you can control your own thoughts and behaviors so as to attract more favorable outcomes in your life. I am Lord Melchizedek.